Good afternoon. Once again, coming to you live from the driver's seat. And today's post is about counting it all joy. Now, anybody that knows me really well knows that when I've had a trying day and you ask me how my day was, I usually say, count it all joy. And what that means is, even when you go through some difficult stuff, understand that it's all going to work together for your good. Sometimes what you have to really look at is, how is this helping me? Because sometimes if you have a bad situation, it's to push you out of a bad situation. The situation, like I said, might be bad, but it's to push you out of a bad situation, to get you to move, to get you to leave, to get you to go somewhere else where things are better. Two, bad situations, usually you get through them. It may seem like you're not, it may seem like this is going to be just the worst thing that ever happens. But most times, if you don't quit, it gets better. It may get a little bit worse sometimes, but ultimately, if you do the things necessary to change your situation changes. So when you look back on those things, you're able to say, it wasn't that bad after all. Hell, some of those situations you look back on and you actually see that it was God the whole time keeping you when those situations were going down. Sometimes you look back and you're like, if it hadn't happened the way it happened, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So, with that being said, count it all joy. Why? Because I know that everything that happens to me ultimately works out for my good if I allow it to. Because God does love me, and I know that He's called me because I can hear His voice. But the only thing that could stop me from making this a good situation is me. If I choose to be negative, if I choose to stay laying down in it, if I choose not to see the good in it, if I choose not to do something with it, then and only then does it not become a good situation. Now, if I decide to say, hey, yeah, I don't have that job anymore, but now I'm going to grind to get a new one, then it's not a bad situation because that situation, for whatever reason, came to an end. If I decide that this relationship that I'm no longer in is over, I can move forward. There are people right now, man, that are still stuck in stuff that happened to them 20 years ago. Let it go. Move on. Thank God for the strength to get through it. Thank God that you didn't die in the middle of it. Thank God, and thank God again for the opportunity to move forward and move forward. Nobody can look back and say that they're fit for the kingdom. It is all about moving on. It is all about moving forward. It is all about getting better. So remember this. When it happens, just accept it and move on. And until the next time you see me, just get started.